Alright y'all, welcome back to Wicked Auto. So today's video is a little bit of a surprise actually. I did not plan this. But it is what is the biggest size tire you can fit on a stock rim and stock suspension. So that is what the truck looks like right now. So on this truck, stock suspension, stock rims, it is 285/75 18s. They are Nitto Ridge Grapplers because they're an amazing tire. And found a hell of a deal, that's why it wasn't planned. So this turns out to actually 35.08 by 11.3 something. That's the tire. So they fit. I did have a slight rub, full lock backwards over a bump. So I planned on doing a little bit of trimming, but as I was cleaning the rims, because the tire shop got the grease all over it, I noticed that they messed up my rims. So this one, chip, that is the only one that didn't get messed up. The two on the other side have the circle from the machine that pulls the tire from the rim, the circle the whole way around the rim. So they're getting me new rims. You can't actually buy these from GMC by themselves, apparently, per the shop. So I can pick aftermarket. Well, aftermarket, well, of course I'm going to go ahead and push them out a little further because, now granted, they're not awful, right? Like, they are just flush, actually, with the fender here. Let's go even. They're just flush because of how wide they are. But I want just an inch of poke. However, because of how big the tire is, and because it is stock suspension, and GMC has these horrible ass wheel wells that are not circle, I'm going to rub. 100% I'm going to rub. So instead of just trimming a little bit to keep this, I went ahead and trimmed quite a bit this morning in preparation for the rims, which will be a video, of course, to see what I go with. But as you can see, trimmed just this little angle piece because it comes out probably about a finger, maybe 3/4 of an inch this way. So I just trimmed it down right along the line. As you can see in here, the little step there I did, I trimmed that out. Now that was because it is close right there in the back corner right here right now on 285/75s. It's close. So if I hit a bump, it would probably rub. Now I can't go any higher than that. So you see this screw right here? There is actually a plastic bracket about an inch higher than this where I cut it. So that's why I left it there. Then this side, so here on the mud flap, I'm not doing the mud flap delete. I'm not paying $200 for a little freaking bracket that just covers the bottom. That's absolutely horseshit. So I trimmed, because this piece, it has this angle right the whole way down. I just came straight and cut it the whole way down. It looks, I mean, you tell me. Does it look factory? Same with this. Look, factory. All I did was take a Dremel, cut it, and then take the same Dremel with a sanding tip and smooth out the edges. Now, for the mud flap itself, because if you can see where the dirt line is, how high it normally is. So I cut that much off down to the edge here to remove this extra bump. Let me actually higher. There's a little bump out right here. It probably sticks out about that far. So I cut that off just to keep it flush, and then just took out this little piece because it came about down here just to the edge, just a little more clearance, and I did it to both sides in preparation, like I said, for the new rims. But you can fit 35s on the AT4 or AT4X by, I wouldn't even go to 11.5. Like I said, I rubbed just a little bit. I mean, you probably could. Like I said, I wouldn't have had to trim just a little sliver off. But 35s by 11.5, stock suspension, stock rim. The offset on new rims with a stock suspension is where you're going to come into trouble, which is what my issue is. I want the offset to push them out a little bit, but then I get into trouble with, I get too big of a tire for these wheel wells. Hopefully they come quickly. Now, you don't want to go any wider than 11.5 or you're going to have to get spacers. So back here, let's see if we can see. So you can see how close it is to the upper control arm. I can get my finger in it. That's how much space. So maybe 1/4 of an inch between the rubber and the upper control arm. I definitely don't want to go any closer than that. I would not go any wider than 11.5 on a stock suspension. Or you're going to have to get spacers to push it out, and then you can't go as tall because then you're going to have to be trimming a hell of a lot more. But I do think it looks amazing. Definitely fills up the wheel wells a hell of a lot better than them 32s. I don't know why, you pay this much money for an off-road truck and they only give you 32s, especially when the ZR2 comes with at least 33s. I mean, it's a little bit better, right? But hopefully this answers you guys' questions. I know it's always a question, what can I fit on a truck? Well, here you go. Absolutely done. Like I said, if you're keeping the stock rims, it would have been maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of a trimming. I did all of this in preparation for the rims, so I don't have to go back and do it again anyway. Let me know what you guys think. Comments, like, subscribe. See y'all next time.